All right. Well, despite growing political pressure, the National Labor Relations Board refuses to end its battle with. It claims that Boeing's new South Carolina plant is an attack on union workers. The NLRB is now suing, and while Republicans want this case dropped, some Democrats say that Boeing is to blame. Listen to this from Carolyn Maloney.
Creating great jobs and reducing unemployment across the United States. But I also believe that Boeing is not above the law. And as members of Congress, we should not set aside the law to give preferred treatment to any one company.
All right, we're going to talk about what she means by that. Peter Schaumber is a former chairman of the NLRB. Mr. Schaumber, good to have you here this morning. So the basic issue here is that they want to open this South Carolina plant for 787 assembly plant for Boeing. It would be a huge boon to jobs in South Carolina. And because it's a right-to-work state, the contention is that Boeing is somehow trying to punish their workers in Washington state who are unionized by moving this Boeing plant, or opening a Boeing plant, I should say, in South Carolina. Why would Carolyn Maloney be saying that this is, that they shouldn't think that they're above the law? Don't they have every right to do that?
They certainly have every right to do it, and the Congresswoman really should not have said that. It doesn't further debate, the debate. It doesn't help resolve the matter. You know, members of Congress should not be accusing Boeing of violating the law and simply adopting a union position because it's a union position. They should avoid doing so, because the union's position is inconsistent with the law. It's wisely so inconsistent with the law, and it's going to chill investment in the United States.
You know, I mean, there's been a lot of criticism of this current NLRB that they're, that they're too sort of, the relationship with the union puts them in a position where they're making a judgment about this that is wrong, in your opinion as well. So talk to me a little bit about what's going to happen from here and whether or not there's any substantiation for the law that says that Boeing doesn't have to open a plant anywhere they want.
Boeing has a right to open a plant and augment its union production anywhere it wants. You know, the acting general counsel tried to avoid answering Congressman Scott's question as to how opening this new plant was a transfer of work. And he finally said that his definition of transfer is different than the dictionary definition of a transfer. And merely because Boeing could have expanded its unionized facility in Washington state but failed to do so, that was a transfer. And it was retaliatory because Boeing wanted to protect its production against future strikes. There's simply no support in the law for what the acting general counsel has done.
I mean, a company has the right to act in its own best interest and in shareholders' best interest and in the best interest of their employees to keep their business growing and thriving, does it not?
It certainly does.
All right. Mr. Schaumber, we thank you very much for being here. We're going to be following this very closely as all this unfolds. Good to have you, sir.
Good to have
Many
you.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So we should note that we reached out to the NLRB and to Boeing for comment on this story. No response from them so far. We will stay on top of it. Big story coming out of South Carolina. And President